Hello, this is Denny from TheraThink, and today we're going to talk about getting more mental health clients. TheraThink is a mental health insurance billing service. We help providers with their mental health insurance billing, and today I want to talk about how to use insurance to grow your caseload. So, why insurance? While certainly it is the case that the typical marketed to you private practice dream is to have a cash only practice that's as many clients as you want, generating $250 per session. But in reality, that goal is maybe not obtainable for every provider in the whole universe right when they start their private practice. Now, the fact of the matter is that according to the 2022 census, 92.1% of Americans have insurance, and a lot of them want to use it. Many folks are not able to afford the full private practice fee for your cash rate, and they insist on using their insurance plan. As a result, there's a much higher demand for clients that want to use their insurance coverage, and that's a strong incentive to consider taking on insurance clients and insurance contracts when working to build your caseload. Beyond that, too, there's a matter of retention. If costs are reasonable for clients, they typically are more likely to continue working with you. And the longer the duration of service and care typically corresponds with better outcomes. Now, beyond that too, as a bonus when building your caseload for your private practice for your cash clients eventually, as you begin to work with more and more folks, you'll notice that by providing better and better outcomes because of longer duration of treatment and care, you'll see a larger quantity of word of mouth referrals. Folks who have worked with you, gotten really great results, and talked about it. Now, the other final thing about insurance is insurance does provide marketing for you for free because you'll be a network participating provider with each insurance plan network that that insurance company offers. And as a result, you'll be in their database. So when clients are looking to work with a provider that takes their insurance, they'll go to their insurance website, they'll type in the provider license that they're looking for, and you'll be on that list. So to some degree, the more panels or networks that you're a part of, the better, because the more availability you'll be seen with working with insurance. Credentialing. Now, credentialing gets a bad rap, and fair enough, there is a fair amount of upfront work to do the credentialing, but it is one-off, meaning you do it once and there's not a lot of continuous work to do. You need to retest, basically, usually just signing a form and re-signing a W-9 saying you are who you are, you're still receiving your income at that tax ID. It's affordable. Again, it's a one-off fee, but it's not an ongoing fee you have to do every year or 2 years. You pay it once. The payments typically are either a fee for the actual application itself, not the outcome, or a fee for the outcome, meaning you become a networked participating provider. The application only fees tend to be much cheaper than the guarantee on the end of it. As a result, I would typically recommend that you apply for more plans for a cheaper rate than on a per insurance company outcome basis, especially if you follow along with some of the suggestions that I make where you're more likely to become a network provider with these different plans. In terms of the timeline, 30 to 90 days, 30 is pretty fast. 45 to 60 days is, I'd say, average for commercial insurance policies, up to 180 days for Medicare and Medicaid. If you plan on taking these plans or establishing your practice, I would strongly recommend that you obtain an address and then immediately begin the credentialing process. A lot of folks sort of start with, okay, I'm starting my practice January 1, now what? And they have done all of the costs, but they haven't prepared any of the inbound to take place. And as a result, they are spending a lot of money on a empty office. I would strongly recommend that you begin the credentialing process as soon as you possibly can. Requirements, straightforward. Talk to an insurance credentialing service. You can reach out to us at Therathink, therathink.com/schedule, THERATHINK.com/schedule to chat about insurance credentialing if you'd like, or another company, whatever you choose, they'll lay out the requirements that you need. Picking insurance companies, I'm going to do this probably the longest because I think it's the most important. You want to pick companies as your goal being to establish your caseload, to grow your client list. You want to pick companies that have underserved clients. There will be more demand. Providers don't want to work with companies like Medicaid or state subsidized plans because they can be more challenging and because they have lower reimbursement rates. Use this to your advantage. There are more people on those plans than on the super expensive PPO plan or the cash only practice. And as a result, you're going to have a much higher inbound demand for your services, especially as you're just beginning your practice. Maybe you just finished your licensure. This is a great idea. So consider working with Medicaid, Medicare, EAP, Employee Assistance Program plans, lower paying plans. Yes, you're going to get lower rates, but if your goal is not to maximize your income per hour, but your total hours, you want to work with insurance companies that have a large pent-up demand for services. You're going to find that you'll quickly be saying no to clients instead of waffling to find new clients to say no to. Also consider state-specific plans that are insurance companies in your locality, be it your county or your state. These would be plans that are typically less likely to be applied to, and so you'll have less providers in your locality, and as a result, you'll have more inbound demand for those insurance companies. One thing to note, CAQH makes this whole process much faster for larger brands, so I would consider using CAQH to get set up. Final thing I'll say with this is, with your rates, just accept what they offer to start. Your goal, again, is not to negotiate $5 more per session. Your goal is to get more sessions in total. You can get to negotiating your rates once you have a full caseload. Advertise your availability and your specializations. This is true of all businesses, but especially with private practice, where clients want to work with you outside of working hours. If you can provide services outside of working hours, you are at an advantage naturally. So by doing so and making yourself available, you'll find that folks are more likely to work with you when they can work within their own schedule. As a result, consider changing your weekend a little bit, especially when you're just getting started. You don't need to do it forever. Consider it for 6 months. Change your weekend to Monday, Tuesday, even Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday potentially, and work 4 days that are long, bigger days. But you'll have the availability for folks who are looking to work with you. By working those longer hours, you're going to be able to work hours before a typical work day or after a typical work day, and on weekends, a typical weekend, Saturday, Sunday. And you'll notice that, hey, you're getting a lot more people reaching out to you to work with you as a result. Likewise with your specializations, be it a treatment modality or a language, make sure that it's obvious for folks who are looking to work with you. Make sure it's on your website. We'll talk about it in a second. But also just make sure that you're making it clear to folks who are looking to work with you that you're providing specific services to the needs that they might have. In terms of your online marketing presence, you need a website. You need a website. Go to wordpress.com to create a website. It's fast, it's easy, it's cheap. Do it. No problems with that. When you're creating your website, emphasize expectation and logistics. You want to be clear about what you're providing, how you're providing it, what are the next steps. If they decide they resonate with you and they've looked you up and that you're providing the services that they're after in the times that they're available, make it clear to them with simple call to actions about how to move forward and what to expect when they do so. They'll feel more confident working with you and more comfortable working with you, and they'll be more likely to take action to reach out to you to begin the process of working on themselves. As a result, be clear call to actions. If you are suffering from X, please reach out to me in this way, and I will get back to you in this way. If you're suffering from Family-related trauma, please reach out to me below in the contact form and I'll reach back out to you to schedule an introductory phone call. Be clear. It will make them more likely and comfortable working with you. Similarly with the idea of comfort in social media, have a professional but personal social media page. This is not a page for you to post inspirational quotes. Anyone can post inspirational quotes. This is about you. Are you interested in pottery? Do you have a dog you like to go on walks? Do you like lattes or black coffee or tea? Make it about you. Show who you are a little bit so that you can be presented as a more personal, real person as opposed to a acronym on a database. Consider not posting personal information, photos of family members, etc. as well. Website directories, you know all of the major brands. I'm not going to go through that, but get on all of them. Pay the money for it. It's worth it. You just want to be online. You want your name to be in Google search results. Likewise, go into Google, type in your city, your state, your county, your township, and therapist. Find all the websites, contact all of those websites, make sure your name's on all those lists. Okay, you have enough clients. Congratulations. You now have enough clients. Now it's time to look at the clients that you have coming in and think a bit more strategically about those folks. Consider the billing difficulties involved in those clients if you're doing the billing on your own. Or if you're working with an insurance company, hey, you're paying someone else to manage that, fantastic. Likewise, maybe there are rates that are different or services that are not being honored. Maybe you want to be conducting 55-minute, 54-minute sessions, and that insurance company does not let you do so, but you feel strongly that you're not able to provide the same level of care because of that. So that's a good reason to consider changing up some of the new clients that are coming to work with you to bias towards either service outcomes that you're looking for, or, again, look, income, right? We all got to eat. So nothing wrong with that, but be realistic about it. And we're going to get to the rate negotiation in just a second here. But again, begin biasing the new clients that you work with based on these factors: billing difficulty, services being provided, and the likelihood, for example, for a client to continue working with you, and as a result, get the outcomes that you're looking for the client. The more insurance contracts that you have, the more power you have and choice about rate negotiation. I'm not saying, look, suddenly when you have enough clients, shut the door on all your Medicaid clients. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is, when you have enough clients coming in, you then can reach out to insurance companies and say, hey, I want to make sure that I can continue to work with your client list, your clientele, and serve them because I enjoy it, because it gives me meaning, but I need to be able to eat, and I don't want to stop working with your client list. As a result, I'm asking for a fair but reasonable rate increase of 15%. You don't need to say, I want this exact rate that I'm getting at the other insurance company. You want it to be relative to your current rate. And if it's a low rate, 15% is a good increase. 10% is reasonable. 5% is, I'd say, likely to get. The longer you've been with the insurance company, the more likely it is that they'll say yes. The more clients that you've worked with from that insurance company, the more likely it is that they'll say yes. You can mention other brands and be clear and transparent about why you're reaching out. Nothing wrong with that at all. Again, the goal here is not to say no to clients, but to get compensated fairly for the work that you are providing. In summary, apply to as many insurance companies as you possibly can. Just do it. There's no harm in doing so. You'll be putting your name out there. The more your name's out there, the more folks are going to reach out to you. Get your online marketing in order. Both of these are one-offs, but they take time, but do them. Do them right. Spend the time. Don't do it some cursory little blurb. Really fill it in. Really enter in what it's like to work with you. Provide context. Explain where you've been and how you're going to help them with the outcomes that they're looking for. Make your availability clear. Make the specializations and treatment modalities that you're doing clear as well. Provide expectations. Make it easy for them to say yes and give them direction about the next steps to take to work with you. This is to their benefit. This is not some strange thing. This is being clear and concise in your communication with other people. When your caseload is full, reach out to those insurance plans and start to renegotiate some of your rates. And potentially, based on the services that you can provide because of those insurance plans, get a bit more selective about the folks that want to work with you. Now, I mentioned this earlier, but some of the issues that can be taking place with these brands like Medicaid EAP plans is the billing component. My colleagues are going to recommend not working with those clients. It's not because those clients don't deserve to be seen, it's because the billing is a nightmare. Consider a billing service like TheraThink or another one to help you ameliorate those issues. At TheraThink, we manage the whole billing process, all the enrollments, all of everything, so you don't have to deal with any of that. So consider working with us at TheraThink. You can go to therathink.com to learn more about what we're up to. There's a bunch of guides there. Reach out to me directly. My name is Denny. Email DENNY at therathink.com, THERATHINK.com, or consider scheduling at therathink.com/schedule. That's THERATHINK.com/schedule. Hope this has been an instructive tutorial and video for you. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.